welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Rudy and thank you so much for being here. And this is legitimately the first words coming out of my mouth this morning. Yes, we are doing an updated morning routine video, including how I like to leave the house with just a little bit of makeup on and how I've been feeling like my most cute self with minimal makeup, maximum glow, lots of skincare. I have a hair appointment in just a bit and you're like, Rudy, there's no more hair to cut off. There's always more hair to cut off. No, I'm getting my roots touched up. As you can see, they're coming in like a train tracks because we are leaving for France in 2 days. And I just want to look my cutest and best. So I'm gonna look a little bit cute for my hair appointment because I plan on filming a TikTok while I'm there and I just want to look presentable. But we all know that when you're at your hair appointments, you look your absolute worst. No matter how much makeup you put on when you're sitting in that chair, you look awful. So we're gonna try and combat that by wearing a little bit of makeup today. We're gonna obviously focus a lot on skincare. So if you are interested in my new morning routine and how I end up looking extra cute at the end of the routine, please subscribe. We talk about skincare, makeup, body care, vlogging. What else do we do? We do hauls. Like, we do a lot of old YouTube with new makeup. And I'd love to have you subscribe. I'm obviously a little slow because I'm not a morning person. I don't know about you guys. I've never been a morning person. It's just not in my blood. And like literally, I remember when I was in high school, my mom used to have to literally like pull me out of bed and I still would be like, ugh, ugh. Like I hated it. Still not in my blood to be a morning person. My husband is a morning person, which, you know, we're never on the same vibe when it comes to waking up. He's like smiling like frickin' Snow White and I'm like a dwarf. So it is June 19th. Happy Juneteenth when I'm filming this. So I think, I don't know where you live, but it is very hot where I am. And it's already almost 75 degrees. It's only 9 a.m. So I want to cleanse my face. I always cleanse my face. Even in the winter, I cleanse my face in the morning because I find that I have developed bacteria, sweat, whatever throughout the night, especially if you're on an SSRI. I'm on Lexapro and it makes me sweat in my sleep. So I need to get some of that off. I am almost out of this cleanser, but this is what I've been using in the morning. This is the Outset Micellar Cleanser. This is from Scarlett Johansson's brand. I've really enjoyed this, especially in the mornings, and it's lasted me a long ass time. This had 5 ounces in it, and it's kind of a cleanser that doesn't really suds up. Like, it's semi-suds, but I think that because it's a micellar cleanser, it really helps get in and get rid of all of the bacteria and dirt on your skin without stripping it. I really like it. It's fragrance free. It has a little bit of like a chemical-y skincare smell because there's no added fragrance to it, but I actually enjoy the entire line of the Outset and I've really been impressed with what she's come out with. But yeah, I just like to get a good cleanse in the morning, also just to wake up my face because I'm such a hard sleeper. I'm not a person who wakes up like I wake up like I can't wait to see what my editor does with that. Yeah, I need to massage my face when I wake up to get rid of some of that puffiness. I've been picking at some pimples right here like very hard because I'm an idiot and it's literally sore from picking because I'm dumb. All right, now that my skin is damp, we've got a new product in the lineup of my morning routine. A lot of this stuff is new from my last morning routine video. This is new from Rhode. This is the Glazing Milk Fluid. Yeah, the glazing milk. This is brand new from Rhode and I love it. The ingredients are honestly very cool. But beta-glucan, copper, obviously a lot of hydrating ingredients as well. It's amazing. And honestly, I just really love the entire Rhode line. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think that the line is perfect for people like me who are, so this is the consistency. So focused on hydrating the skin. She hasn't come out with any active ingredient products yet or a sunscreen. All of her products at this point are focused on hydrating and restoring the skin barrier, and I love that. That's like a huge part of how I cleared my skin and cleared my adult acne, was focusing on hydration, because for a while I was so focused on just trying to kill my acne with so many active ingredients that my skin was constantly irritated. So when I took a back seat and was just like, you know what, let me focus on repairing my skin, it got so much better. And that has been a focus on my skincare routine now for like the past couple years. So anytime a brand comes out with a product that's meant to help restore your skin barrier, I'm pretty much down. And this is a really nice essence. I will say, if you're a person who has the Source essence from Monday Born, which is another favorite of mine. Sorry, I have a hive. They're very similar but completely different ingredient breakdown. This one is 79% Centella Asiatica extract. That is the base of this. So this is more for calming the skin, and this is more for fortifying the skin barrier. Both of them are amazing, but they do have a different ingredient breakdown, and they feel a little bit different on the skin. So I think if you're interested in it, it's still worth trying, even if you have the Source or the Laneige cream skin, because I just love a good hydrating essence. Like, to me, that's such a good, important step in creating a really nice hydrating routine. And it sinks into the skin and leaves a really nice glow. But for me and my skin type, I still need to continue to add more product on top to get a really nice hydrated looking base. So that's completely sunk in, and I don't want it to go totally dry, so we're going to go in with our next step. I just did an ad with Experiment for the restock of the super saturated serum, and I since then have been using this every single day now that I know I can buy it again. This is from the brand Experiment, and you guys probably know them from when I've talked about their mask, which I keep in this little plastic baggie. This is their Avant-Garde. It's like a reusable face mask. I use it probably at least once a week. And they've started coming out with skincare products. These are 2 in their line currently, and I do believe that I talked about this in my evening routine. It's their buffer jelly. I can leave that down below because I walk through my entire evening routine. But I've been using the super saturated in the morning and in the evening recently because I've noticed that it's truly like an overnight miracle. Like, and I don't say that very often, and you know it's good when the texture kind of bothers me and I still use it every single day because of the effects of the product. So this product, ready for this? That is scary, okay? This product has 30% glycerin, okay? That's like unlike anything on the market. This product is so high in glycerin concentration and like it's basically just glycerin. And at that high percentage, glycerin not only is hydrating the skin, but it's actually like rebuilding your skin barrier and helps with soothing the skin. So it is such a cool, amazing serum, and once it actually sinks into your skin, it's not sticky anymore. It does sink in pretty quickly. It is so unique, and I just love the brand. I think that what they're doing is really innovative. Lisa, the founder, is a cosmetic chemist, and she just knows what she's doing and what the people want. So now that it's like, look, it's already soaked into my skin, it's not sticky anymore, but I have this amazing like hydrated bounciness to my skin because I just put 30% glycerin straight into my skin, which around here I am more of a glycerin fan than a hyaluronic acid fan. It's cheaper, it does similar things, and it's actually better for your skin at a higher concentration. So I love it. It's so cool, it's so innovative, and also is a really great makeup primer because it makes your skin so bouncy and a little tacky. To round out the routine, we're going to, before we go in with our sunscreen, I'm going to use the Future Wise Slug Cream. I actually like to use this in the morning. However, this could easily be used in the evenings as well because it has this really nice thick consistency to it. I don't use that much. I use like 4 little mini pumps all over my face. And I will say, like, when you find a really nice rich moisturizer, I feel like I can tell now right off the bat if it's gonna be high quality or not. So like, for example, some of the ones that I really like are that Slug Cream, the Dew Instant Angel, the Barrier Restore Cream from Rhode. They all have a similar consistency that's kind of like thick but not too thick and feels really luxurious. And you can just tell. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. The texture is just really spot on to the kind of moisturizers that I really like. And I will also use this in the evening, but I do find that it's slightly more lightweight than my evening moisturizers. So I like it in the morning, and it's just awesome. I really love this line. I think I also talked about their Slug Mist, their Slug Boost Mist in a video before. This is really nice to finish off your makeup. And they just, I don't know, they only have 3 products. They also have a slugging like petrolatum balm, which I don't have because I have a lot of other products like that. But I've heard great things and I really enjoy the 2 other products in their line, and they're sold at Target. I will say they are slightly expensive for what you would think for me saying they're sold at Target, but still totally worth checking out. Okay, so depending on what I'm doing is how I decide what SPF to wear for the day. Literally, look at this. I've been hiving out recently like nobody's business, and it's just what happens to me in the summer when I get sweaty and when I have my allergies, which, speaking of Flonase break, I wish this video was sponsored by Flonase. It's not. Ugh, can't live without this stuff. Simply cannot live without it. I saw a video of an allergist who taught you how to properly take your Flonase because your sinuses are here, so you have to like point them towards your sinuses and then go instead of sucking in really big, because then it just goes down your throat. Anyways, I learned that if you taste it, you did it wrong. The more you know. Okay, so as I was saying, I choose my SPF based on what I'm doing that day. So if I'm doing like what I'm about to do, I'll do a tinted SPF, so that is kind of it's kind of like a base, a makeup base. But if I'm planning on doing a full face of makeup that day, I'll go in with a sheer version because I don't want it to counteract or mess with the foundation that I'm going to use, especially if I'm filming, because I want it to be accurate. But today I am going to kind of go in with concealer after this, so I'm going to use the UV Mineral Tint from Neutrogena. I'm actually bringing this on my trip to France as well, along with the Summer Fridays SPF, because I think this will be a perfect base for when I want just like a little something. It really is not a super tinted SPF, even though it looks like it is. It's fairly lightweight. I mean, it's very lightweight. And it has like a really nice sort of runny, but not too runny consistency. I wear shade medium. And I like to layer my mineral SPFs rather than going in with like the full amount in one sitting, because it's hard to rub in. It looks like a freaking mess. Yeah. So I just prefer to take a little bit at a time. Even still, you can see like it's really not very, there's not a lot of coverage in this product. It's just enough that adds like something, but I think the real reason why they're tinted is more because like, so here's some more. You can see it's like, I like to add the extra on my nose, especially because it gets red. They're more to counteract the white cast than to add like coverage to the skin. Does that make sense? Like this comes in 4 shades. They're 2 shades darker than this one, that I think are obviously meant for people who tend to get a white cast from 100% mineral sunscreens. And because they're tinted, it gives you more of a chance of having not a white cast and being able to wear a mineral sunscreen. So once it's rubbed in all the way and my redness sort of dies down from touching my skin, it definitely does give you like a nice sort of solid base that is glowy, but not too glowy. It's very pretty. I really, really like this. And for it being Neutrogena, I just love the direction they're going with the brand and the sunscreens that they've been coming out with. I love a tinted sunscreen, and for that one to be at the drugstore, chef's kiss. Yeah, it's super pretty. My lips are feeling drier than a bone, so I'm putting on a little bit of the Rhode Peptide Lip Treatment. This is just in the unscented one. I use the unscented one in my bathroom because I don't need to be like smelling like watermelons before bed. I love this stuff. You guys know it's my favorite lip treatment. There's nothing like it. I love it so much. Okay, now that we've got our skincare on, I actually skipped eye cream on accident. Let's just put on a little eye cream. I usually use this one from Summer Fridays or the Bright and Tight from In Beauty Project, but this is the Light Aura Vitamin C. I would usually put this on before my sunscreen, but I forgot because I was feeling like I was in a tizzy. So here we go. This is a really nice eye cream. It just feels so luxurious. I love the little orange tint to it, and it's very glowy. I know you're supposed to put this on under your SPF, but give me a break. I also just recently got my lashes and brows done, so my lashes are very lifted. They're so pretty, so I'll probably skip mascara today. And then my brows, I got them plucked and laminated. And I know not everyone loves a lamination. If you have soft eyebrows, a brow lamination is not gonna do anything for you. If you have eyebrows like me, look how glowy my under eyes are now. If you have eyebrows like me that are very straight and they don't, like they're somewhat wiry, they don't go where you want them to go. Some of them grow straight out. that's what mine do, then a brow lamination is gonna make a huge difference for you, which it did for me. So I'm actually going to do those first because, as we get into the makeup here, because when you're using a clear brow gel, so we're gonna use this one from Live Tinted, this is the Hue Brow. It's got a really nice wand, similar to the Benefit wand. You wanna make sure you're not putting makeup into the product and then back onto your brow, because that's how you get those like white little, you know, balls. So I'm gonna make sure that my eyebrows are clean first by just taking a Q-tip and cleaning them off with a little bit of water. You don't need to do this, but it basically keeps your eyebrow gel clean so you don't have to toss it because it's full of white little balls. So you can see like the makeup that came off on it, you know? And if you're doing your makeup like quite a bit of time between your skincare and your makeup, you don't really need to do this because your makeup will, or your skincare will come off, or it'll like, you know, dry down in that time between, so you don't need to worry about it so much. But because I'm doing it back to back, I just want to make sure that they're extra clean so I don't ruin my brow gel. And that's also why I'm very interested in this new brow gel that I'm about to show you that I can't decide if I like it or not. This is from the brand Scrandy Beauty. It's like a very small indie brand. It only has a couple products, but it's actually an eyebrow spray where you spray it on the spoolie and then you put it in. So let's just use that today because you guys have seen me use this. But I will say I find that this product is really meant for people who already have soft brows. They don't need to be placed. So now that my brows are laminated, this is gonna be perfect because it doesn't take much to get them to where they wanna go. So I'm gonna spray this underneath the camera because I don't want to get my camera with spray on it. But basically you spray the spoolie and then you put it on. And this is their sort of answer to the white ball problem that you get with a lot of brow gels where you're putting stuff back in the tube, which then compromises the product. I think this is a genius and very cool idea. But again, if you have really thick, coarse brows, it's not going to do much for you in the initial laydown because it's just a like clear liquid. You kind of have to have a brow that's already ready to be laid. I did see the founder use this with a hair dryer though. And I was like, what? And she was like brushing it up while she was drying it, and it literally gave her straight up laminated brows. So I'm kind of interested in that, but again, that's like kind of a lot of work. Once this dries though, they will stay in place. It's just a matter of getting them where you want them to go while they're still wet, which works if you have soft brows. And then again, I'm just gonna take this spoolie or take this Q-tip and get off any of the chemicals from that product because my eyes are super sensitive after I get my brows done because, one, I'm on my period. Have you ever noticed that when you get your brows done, when you're on your period, it hurts so much more? Same with Botox. I got Botox when I was on my period once and it was excruciating. It was awful. Okay, so now we're gonna add a little bit of coverage to the face. We already have, obviously, the tinted sunscreen, but I'm gonna go in with my new favorite concealer. I'm gonna show you the one that I typically keep up here with me that I use for days like this, but I really am addicted to this new concealer. But typically I would use this one from Neutrogena. This is the Healthy Skin. It's actually an under eye corrector and it comes in a pen tip. And the reason that I like this one in particular is because it's my actual skin tone and not any shades lighter. So I might use this one today actually. So as you can see, like it's not very much brightening because I got a shade that's a little dark for me, but it blends into my skin perfectly, which is really good for pinpointing concealer. So if I want, for example, I'm gonna get a little bit around my nose and on my chin. Sorry, I'm like looking in the mirror and the viewfinder. And the places that I tend to be red, then I am helping to cover those areas without using a foundation. And this color is exactly my skin tone. So it's okay to have a concealer that matches you for this reason. Like I think a lot of times we end up getting concealers that are 1 to 2 shades lighter than our skin, which is great for the under eye. But if you wanna do just like general correcting of redness, try and get one that's your exact skin tone. And I like that this comes in a brush applicator because you're just applying exactly as much as you need and nothing more. You know, I use just kind of like whatever's left over on the brush a lot to cover my redness. And I just want it to look like skin. And I will also use this under my eye most days where I'm doing this just because it's easy, but you could use a brightening concealer under your eyes if you wanted to as well. This one in particular also has SPF 30 in it, SPF 20. So it is adding a little bit of SPF to the face as well, which I definitely don't hate. I didn't realize I'm using both Neutrogena products. Okay, go off, Nooch. Go off, Nooch. Okay, now I feel pretty good about the coverage level here. I just want to use this because I'm addicted to it. This is the new Prism Libre Skin Caring Concealer from Givenchy. I have been using this like literally every single time that I can use anything that has to do with a concealer. I'm using the tiniest little bit, but oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with this. I didn't even know about this, but I went to Sephora the other day and I put in my Instagram, I was like, oh, let me know if there's something you want me to swatch. And someone was like, the new Givenchy concealer that everyone is obsessed with. And I was like, what? How did I miss that? Like, I haven't seen anyone talk about it. And that's probably on my part because now I'm seeing like all my friends talking about it. And so I grabbed one and it's so good. It's so good. I have mine in the shade W245. This shade is also pretty much my exact skin tone. It's slightly lighter than my skin, but this is gonna definitely be my summer concealer. There's no way I can wear this shade in the winter for sure, but it's so, so pretty. And I think you could also use this as an all over like foundation style product, which is why I'm bringing this to France, even though it's a big component because I love it so much and I want to use it all the time. Like, I just love it. It's absolutely gorgeous. It is pricey, but there's something special about it. There is something special about it. Okay, here is our base right now. It basically doesn't even, I mean, it looks like I have a little bit of product on, but like, it just kind of looks glowy and even. So we're going to add on to that. I am really curious to try this with you guys. I haven't actually tried this with just skincare on. This is new from Jones Road. It is the gel bronzer. I have the shade light. They sent me light and medium, and the jump between light and medium is huge. So I think there's only 3 shades. So this is actually like a gel bronzer that is meant to just sink into the skin and look incredibly natural. And I thought this would be good for those days where I just want a little bit of a bronze to my skin without going in with like a full on bronzer. So I'm just gonna use this and tap it into the skin with my fingers and see what happens. I don't know. I just felt like this would be the type of product that I would use during this type of look. It came with a brush, but I feel like, I don't know, if it's gonna be this easy and it's supposed to be like, just slap it on, then I'm gonna use my fingers and see what happens. It definitely feels like a gel, like almost like a gel, I don't know, not a gel moisturizer, but very jelly. It's got a like cool consistency and feeling to it. And I used like two little dollops of it and it barely did anything. I mean, it's very lightweight. It definitely bronzed me up a little bit, but not too much, which could be nice. That could be exactly what you're looking for, just a little bit of color. But the next product we're gonna use is way more of what I'm looking for. Not that I don't like this, but it really is very minimal, which I guess is like the whole thing with Jones Road. Like everything is so minimal. It's like barely there minimal, but you guys know how I felt about the WTF foundation. That stuff sucked. But this I've been using in place of the Oleo e Oso product that I talked about. It's a very similar bronzy glow, and I've had this in my drawer forever, and I've never thought to use it because it was too warm for me to use as a bronzer. So now I'm using it as a blush, and it is so pretty. So I'm actually going to put a little on my hand and then put it on because this stick is so big that it kind of goes everywhere. Like you could easily use the stick on your face, but it makes very large sections on the skin. So I'd rather just put some down and use my hands. Your hands are your free makeup brushes. And I'm just gonna blend this upwards and over the nose and probably go overboard because I can't see. Now this is a super sun-kissed product and it just makes you look like you've been out in the sun, which obviously I'm trying to always get that look because that's my vibe. So pretty. And it's also not everyone's cup of tea. Some people don't like that. A lot of people commented and said, it looks like I have melasma, which like, okay, whatever. Very even and glowy melasma, but sure. It's just, you know, it's for me and a lot of people like this look, and if you don't like this look, that's okay. Okay, now my eyebrows are like fully set in place, which is nice. The next thing we're gonna do is, I'm just gonna apply the tiniest bit of mascara to my lashes. I'm using the Lash Slick in brown from Glossier. And I'm just gonna like literally touch the tips of them because I want them to fan out just slightly. And this one is in brown. I think I said that. This is like literally the only brown tubing mascara that I can find, which is so annoying. A brown that's actually good. Like, you know what I mean? There are brown mascaras out there, waterproof mascaras, but they're like gray. I want a brown like this that's like chocolatey, you know what I mean? When I was at the Glossier store in LA, one of the workers told me that they also use this on their brows. They just like, and I was like, oh my gosh, wait, I love that idea. For like those little hairs that are a little blonde in the front, I just kind of hit them with the Glossier. It's cute. Very cute. Okay, one of our final steps and most important steps. Drum roll, please. Please take a look at the final version of the Bubble and Rudy Berry Freckled Pen. Yes, this is my pen that I have made with Bubble. I'm so excited. This is what the final component looks like. On the back, it says Berry Freckled Pen. On the front, it says Bubble and Rudy. It has strawberry seeds all over it. We're gonna do a whole video on this once we get closer to the launch date, but I just wanted to show you guys because I've been talking about it for months and I feel like I can't keep it from you any longer. I literally just got this 2 days ago as the finalized version. This is what the pen tip looks like. It's incredible. It's the best freckle maker I've ever tried. I have to look in the mirror over here, but this is basically on a day like this, I would just start at the bridge of the nose and start to build out my freckles. I would consider myself to be an advanced freckle wearer, so you definitely do not have to go this fast to get them on. But sometimes I find the faster and the more like crazy I put them on, the better and more natural they look, because freckles don't have rhyme or reason. They just come up wherever they are. And sometimes if you give a little smile, you can see, oh yeah, there's where the start of my apple of my cheek is. And I want them all to sit above that. I know I look crazy while I'm doing it, but there is a method to the madness, and the method is go absolutely crazy. Look how cute. Oh, I will say this is unlike any other freckle pen, not only for the formula and the actual component, but also the color. The color is the perfect warm, but not too warm, and is good to be built up or just left on. You don't have to like use your finger if you have a deeper skin tone. And I'm so excited, and I'm gonna be making a ton of content with it while I'm in France. Okay, we're pretty much done here. I think it's basically up to you to decide what kind of lip you would want to do with this. I have been doing a lip liner and a clear or sheer lip gloss, but I did want to show you a new lippy that I was recently sent from In Beauty Project that I feel like would go cute with this look. This is their new lip glaze. I feel like no one's really talked about this one. It's in the shade Fruit Punch, and it's like this really warm orangey shade. It kind of reminds me of the shade Poppy from Summer Fridays, and it smells like fruit punch. And it's a very sheer, like a wash of like a reddish orange. And this is the final look. The sun just started to come out. I feel cute. I don't know about that bronzer. It's giving a little, I think I don't need to use both of these products together. I'll just say that. I think you only really need one to add that super bronze look, but that's okay. I love it. That's kind of the vibe I always go for. But if you are new to like looking sun-kissed and bronzy, I would go with the Pixie over the Jones Road personally. Love that concealer, but again, try and find something that's similar to your skin tone that will really just even you out. And typically this only takes me like 10 minutes. Obviously I've been talking through everything, but I feel cute and like ready to go for the day without having a full face of makeup on. So I also didn't use any powders in this look, so if you are going to use a mascara, make sure it is tubing so that it does not smudge or flake to your lower lashes. I'm really sorry about the lack of uploads this month. I know it's really frustrating. I agree. Trust me. I just really have not had the time with prepping for this trip, the launch of the pen. My mom is in town to watch the dogs while we're gone, so it's just been kind of a lot. But I'm hopeful that for my birthday, my husband got me a camera, and I'm hoping that I'm gonna vlog while we're in France. So TBD, I'll keep you guys updated. I freaking love your asses. I hope that this was helpful in some way, and I will see you in the next video really soon. Bye.